Hi, today I'm going to be reviewing one of Activision's latest creations, Prototype. From the start off, I'll say it now. Whether you want to try the game out to see what it's like, or if you're a general achievement score whore like myself, yeah, I would recommend renting it and not buying it. Mainly because I rented this, well, it'll be last Wednesday now, and actually no, it took me less than 12 hours to complete the actual story mode, not all the rest of the side missions. The powers in it are very cool and unique. Being able to run around the city, fly, glide, whatever you want to call it. It is fairly cool, but the novelty of the idea wears off quickly, and the game can very quickly become quite boring. The basic story mode of it is you play as a guy called Alex Mercer, who's on the front of the box, and he is basically forced into the middle of a giant conspiracy, so to speak. Manhattan Island becomes overrun with this virus, which basically turns people into the equivalent of the I Am Legend, Nightcrawlers, or Dawn of the Dead. And you've lost your memory. You want to find out who did it, what happened. The ending is very surprising, but it's also quite predictable. As you play through the game, it becomes more clear. The one thing I found quite limiting about the game is the vehicle side of the free roam. You can't use the garden variety cars. You only get the tanks, APCs and helicopters that the military provides you with. Yeah, the ability to change into random people is quite cool, but at the end of the day I think Prototype is supposed to be more of an action-packed game rather than wandering around as some randomer trying to get into a military base. The other thing that I found rather annoying about the game is when I finished it, you're still left with 4 or 5 military bases to destroy and some infected hive buildings. I thought that when you destroyed those buildings, that was it. It was going to give you something or whatever. It doesn't. It just generates more buildings, and you have to go off and destroy more buildings if you want to do that. You do get the shitloads of side missions to do. That's another thing that gets boring very quickly. And another reason why I'd recommend to rent this game rather than just everything I've pretty much just said is if you buy it, because of the severe lack of the online function to it, the trade-in price drops very quickly, because once the story mode's done there's nothing else to do, and no one wants a game where you can only play it once through and it's never going to change. By now I reckon the trade-in price for this thing has already dropped to around £15, which is another reason why I'm glad I rented it and didn't buy it. In a sense, I'd say this isn't one of Activision's latest best creations. To add to that, the way the story ends, there isn't gonna. I wouldn't say there's ever going to be a Prototype 2, and I would say that there's never going to be any download content for it, minus maybe a couple different character skins possibly later on, but much later. Apart from that, there isn't really much you can say about this game. Yeah, it is still cool, but it's also quite basic. If you do want to get a cool free roam game, I would recommend probably getting either the old Crackdown, but there is a Crackdown 2 coming out soon. I'm not sure exactly when on that. I might be able to find the date out for a later video. There is Mercs 2, or Mercenaries 2 rather, or Far Cry, as far as I know. I haven't played that one myself, but I've heard that one's quite good. But I wouldn't ever recommend buying Prototype. At the end of the day, if I had to give this game a mark out of 10, I'd have to give it. I think I'd have to give it in like an overall 4. The storyline of it is quite confusing and very weak at points. It's playing it and just looking at it now, I wonder why I even spent the $5.95 renting it from Blockbuster in the first place. Yeah, so I would buying it ever. Like I said, if you want a choice, go and find another decent free roam, which I'm possibly going to review Crackdown, a sooner or later video for the up and coming Crackdown 2, which I'll try and find as much information about as well. But if you have any game related questions or console related questions, send me a message or leave me a comment on the YouTube channel. Any way you can get in contact with me possibly. If I don't know the answer off the top of my head, I will find it for you, or I will find someone who then I can tell you. But yeah, if you like the video, subscribe. Could use every minute, and hope you enjoyed the video and have a good day. See you later.